Okay, awesome. So, Hazen, thanks for taking the time to do this testimonial and letting people know kind of how your experience was for your first 12 weeks. I usually ask the question first of where were you with your fitness and health prior to starting to work with me?
Yeah. I think prior to starting this program, I was working out pretty regularly, but I think I was starting to hit a bit of a wall in terms of making any significant progress. I wasn't really seeing any kind of consistent, gains or changes in the workouts that I was doing. I could really kind of easily, kind of get into the gym, but things like macros, calories, what workouts I should be doing were kind of confusing, and that's why I needed to look for a program that would kind of help me focus in on that.
Amazing. What made you look for a coach?
Yeah. I think kind of like I said, I wanted a bit more clarity around kind of what my workouts should look like, what my macros, calories should be as I was, kind of consistently looking for gains. And I wanted some, accountability for myself. I wanted someone to be able to kind of, check in with me, help me through the process, someone to help me make a really clear and solid plan that I could look at and kind of say, okay, this is where we should be in the next 3 months, 6 months, and someone to help me kind of, stick with that.
Nice. What were some of the results that you experienced over the first 12 weeks that we were working together?
Yeah. Over the first 12 weeks, I think was pretty shocked at the amount of progress I was able to make. I think over the first couple of months, I was down about 15 pounds, which was, pretty incredible for me to be able to see. I was starting to see a really good amount of fat loss. I was starting to see some of my like lean muscle mass kind of build up again. And I was really impressed with kind of the way that my focus was able to change and the program was able to help me kind of change my mindset around working out.
Amazing. Yeah, you crushed the first 12 weeks.
Thank you.
For those of you who are watching, Hazen is moved on to the next 6 months after the first 12 weeks, where we're going to be working on building some more muscle for him. So we leaned him out. Now we're going to build him up a little bit more. Um, yeah, in regards to the process around, integrating the changes that I had asked you to do, did you find that they were really challenging? Did you find that it was something you had any struggles with? Give me some insight into that.
Yeah. I think the changes at first were something that I just needed to kind of change my mindset around, like what my workout should look like, what my, diet and calorie planning and meal planning should look like. But I would say I think, the program made it really easy for me to kind of contextualize it. It wasn't super hard to kind of change my mindset and start to focus on it. I think it took me a couple of weeks to start to really kind of get into a groove. But once I was there, I think the regular kind of, checking in, consistency, the accountability really helped make it easy and really helped keep me kind of on that right path.
Yeah, if you did have any questions, I feel like it was easy to kind of just give you the answer to them and you would
Yeah.
immediately implement them. I felt like you did a very good job of when there was any challenges, just straight up asking. And I feel like sometimes it can be tough for people to feel like, you know, they can come forward and ask whether it's, they feel like they should know the answer already or, so kudos to you for also keeping lines of communication open and just coming towards me whenever you needed something. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for that too, because for some people it can be tough and this
Yeah.
is what I'm here for and that's when you get the most value from a coach. So
Yeah, totally.
yeah. um in regards to some of the non-scale victories or different things that you would say are wins from the program, what would those be for you?
Yeah. I would say a couple of things that probably like don't show up in like measurements or on the scale is definitely a bit more confidence when it comes to kind of like just being in the gym and trying new workouts. I think, the gym could be a place where it creates a lot of like fear and hesitancy. But I think being in the program has given me a lot more kind of confidence, kind of in that space to even go and try new workouts and really kind of be there and do my thing. Um, and then I think, it's really just impacted a lot of the other aspects of my life. So I think, consistently working out has really improved my overall mood levels. I think I feel stress a little bit less. I'm not anxious all the time. I think I actually end up sleeping a lot better. Now that I have more consistency in terms of like working out, eating healthier. So those are all the other things that I think it's been able to positively impact my life.
Yeah, and to share with some people who are watching, I think what was really interesting was, you were still living your life outside of the program. It's not like we had to stop everything else. And, you know, there's this notion that I have to do more to see more. And, you had the awesome results you had, and you were going to the gym twice a week. And you were
Yeah.
doing other things for yourself as well that you enjoy, like spinning and taking part of other classes. But it wasn't like, okay, I have to completely overhaul my life and make things inconvenient for myself. So I think that's one thing I want to highlight as well here is because it complemented. I felt like the program complemented your life and didn't inconvenience you more than some people maybe would think a program like this would cause. So.
Yeah, and it was never, you have to stop going out with friends. You have to stop going out on weekends. You can't go out to eat. Like it was never a super restrictive type of plan. It was, okay, this is what your life looks like. Now, how do we kind of add on to it and tweak the things that you're already doing?
Amazing. What are two things you would tell someone who wants to find a coach like me, but is hesitant to pull the trigger on it?
Um, I think one thing is probably that it's honestly, it's easier than you think. I think people think that it's probably some sort of, big life adjustment and big adjustment for them. But again, it's something that you can really kind of take and integrate into your existing life, into your existing routine. It's something that's very easy to kind of integrate into your life. So I don't think you should think it's an insurmountable task for you to do. And then the second thing is, I think find someone that, really kind of resonates with you and your personality and like the way that you like to do things. I think before this program, I had talked to different coaches and, talked to different people about their programs and lifestyles and things like that. And I think it's really about finding someone that you kind of connect with and a program that you connect with, because I think overall that'll make it, the most successful and impactful for you.
Absolutely, I completely agree. And I think that, um, again, there's often a notion that any sort of physical change or lifestyle change has to be one where you need to incur pain and discomfort along the entire way. And last time I checked, if something made me feel like shit, I really didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So I think just kind of meeting people where they are. So this way it's like, okay, right now you're getting, say, 5,000 steps. We'd love to get you to 7. Why don't we start at 5,500, right? Or in your case, for example, okay, we're not doing really any sort of structured strength training at the moment. Let's go with 1 or 2 a week, and then we can build from there. Now you're going to 3, right? So trying to find ways to gradually bring things up over time. So this way it's not a circumstance of, like we had mentioned earlier, really overhauling your life and making it something where it's something that you're not enjoying. Because I think the more we enjoy it, the more we'll be likely to continue on with it and want to gravitate towards it and lean into it a little bit more too. So.
Yeah. And I like that you realize that everyone starts from a different kind of baseline, right? I think other people that I talked to kind of made the assumption that it was almost like an all or nothing kind of thing. They really only knew how to work with people that were starting from, never working out before and kind of just sitting on their couch. But I think this was really good because you understood that there were different levels of baselines, and maybe I'm coming in at a different spot than maybe someone else would versus another person. And it was able to be kind of tweaked around where I was at that point and then kind of elevating it from there.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I feel like you're doing awesome. It's great to see your
Right.
progress. I'm excited to see kind of where the next few months takes you as well. And yeah, it's been great to work with you too. So I also want to say I appreciate you and your efforts and everything that you've been doing from this side as well, because it's a collaborative process. And when there's an open line of communication, it makes that process much easier too. So thank you also for being awesome with this too.
Happy to be here.
Same here, man. Cool. I'm gonna end the recording, but we can still chat if you got a few minutes.
Cool. Awesome. Sounds good.